Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Gary. And what you can see in front of you are the troops that I'm working on at the moment. This is from my mountain of figures, and this is for those of you who have got brilliant memories and stretch back all the way to, I think it was Christmas or Christmas time. These are taken from that massive display I had on my table of the figures that I was going to start painting. I'm well into this now, but what I tend to do, as you can see, I tend to pick out a few from each of that big group so that it keeps me fresh and keen, whilst at the same time picking out a particular group to finish to completion. So let me just, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, and in no particular order, what I've done is I've got on my new turntable, which is actually just a cheese dish. What I've done is I've put all the figures, all the actual figures on the outside of the turntable, and as you can see, I'll just up this a minute, just a little bit. You can see all the bits and pieces, shields, bits of chariot, and so forth, are on the inside. And that's purely because I think the interesting stuff is on the outside. So let me just go through and tell you what I've got here. So as you can see, I'm wondering if I've got a pen so I can point. So we start here. Oh, hang on, sorry, I can't see my pen. What am I looking? Oh, it's here. Right, it's here. There. So, starting from here, you see I'm doing some orcs. At the moment I'm going to, I've done the skin, I've done the eyes, I've also done the hair, all the hair on the boars. All I'm working on now is the trousers, so I'm going to put a wash on the dark wash on the trousers. Now, this is a finish guide. What I tend to do is when I've finished a figure, I keep one out for me whilst I work on the rest to try and keep some kind of, so that I can keep them similar to each other. Yeah, I'm sure that's nothing unusual. I also write a list. I also write a painting list with the paints that I've used on that particular figure to get the different shades, because I mix a lot of paints. This one is a little bit special, I think, this guy here. He's a trumpeter. in a regiment of orc boar riders. Now, I've done as you can see, the boar is it's been done white, or it was off white. I've put a grey wash on that to darken it down, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to highlight that with a brilliant white or pure white. Then I've got two Spartans. I'm working on their hair. So I've got to put, I wouldn't imagine there were many blonde Spartans walking about, but I thought it looked quite nice. So I've got to do a wash on this guy and on this chap here. So wash on the blonde guy, and on this guy I'm going to do a feather brush, grey feather brush to bring out that highlight. A wash on the Vikings. So I've done them both blonde. I'm sure historically that might not be completely right, but that's what I've been reading, so that's what I've done. There's next to them, two Confederate American Civil War soldiers, and again you might have noticed that there's a theme running through. What I've done is I've used, because I had plenty of blonde hair paint out, I've done pretty much everything, including the zombies. Can you see the zombie at the back here? Yeah. That one and this one, where's that? Oh, you can't see, just here. If I just, give me a sec and I'll just see if I can bring it there. Right. So what I've done now, obviously with the zombies, they're not going to have nice manicured, looked after hair. So the idea is I'm going to put on their hair, I'm going to do a grey wash and a white highlight to kind of make it look old and, you know, like ragged, and just see how that goes. After that, I've got two Union soldiers here. And the same again, I'm going to do their hair. Now, the two Union soldiers I'm going to paint to completion, and that's why I've got this guy next to him, so that I can copy the paints. Now, I said that I have a list of paints that I use when I do the mixes. That's only relatively new. I've only just started doing that, to be honest. I put my hands up. But what I'll do is, as I'm painting these two, to try and keep it as close to this one as I can, I'm going to write down what paints I'm using and which colours look the closest to these, and so that I have a running list. So from then on, every time I come to paint these two Union figures, it will be easier to find the paints, and I won't get hundreds and hundreds of different shades. Now, here is my large figure. I think he's from the Scouts or the Garde d'Honneur of the Imperial Guard. What make is it? I've forgotten what make it is. That's old age for you. But I'm sure people will remember because I did talk about it last time. Behind him, there's a whole bunch of Assyrians all laying down having a rest. And they are... they're for my chariot. I'm doing the same on them. I'm still working on the hair. I have chosen to do all the Assyrians with black hair, but what I do is I light it up with a little bit of sombre grey. So yeah, that seems to work quite well. I forgot to say this chap here, I've got to still stick this sword on, and I've got to get some of that. Somebody did tell me to get some something glue. It will come to me later. Again, you know what? Before I do this, I think I'm going to start writing notes down again, so that I don't keep forgetting what I was doing. Here are my ancient Athenians. As you can see, where are we? Right. So if I go back, got a couple of slingers, 2 officers, couple of cavalry. Let me just lift that up because I think that's well worth having a look at the cavalry. I think they're beautiful. Let's come back now. Now, a couple of cavalry, one with dark hair or black hair and one with blonde. Again, using up the blonde paint. Then the English Civil War, and we're back to the orcs. I tell you what I didn't show you. The 4 horses in the middle. Oh, right, now this is quite interesting because a little bit of a problem, tiny little bit of a problem. These are Old Glory. These are the horses for the chariots. But they are significantly smaller. I think they are true 25mm, whereas the horses from Black Tree Miniatures look massive in comparison. And I think these are probably close. These are 28mm, I'm guessing, and the others are 25. So what I probably will do now, the Greek, that horse there. Oops, let me just get that in there. That's from the Assyrian range. Whereas this horse is from the ancient Greek range. Now that horse is a little bit smaller, so that might actually work with those chariots. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is I did get a load of Essex horses, which are about the same size as these. Now I really like the Essex horses, so what I might do in future is when I buy the figures, get myself. I've already got some spare Essex horses. Oops, let's just come back here. No, let's come back here first because I haven't finished. Get the spare Essex horses and just put the Greek riders on or the Assyrian riders, just in order to try and keep that as close as I can. I don't think the riders are that far out of scale with the riders from Old Glory, to be honest. You can see this chariot is going to be grey horses. I'm going to do a feather brush of black. I'm going to do black manes, black feet, black tail with all these, and see how that goes. I've done the base coat on the white horses. I've done a grey wash. I've done the eyes. So the next thing I'm going to do is the black tails and more black hair, black mane and tails. Same with these chestnut. I'm going to try and get these to a chestnut colour. They will also, same again as what I've said, they're from Old Glory, the chariots, four horse chariots. This is going to be a team of chestnuts, and what I'll do is I'll do black manes, black tail and black socks with a splash of white on the front here, on some of them, not on all of them, but probably on two of them. Yeah, and I think that will look quite nice. So right now I'm going to lift the camera up just a little bit, and then so you can see there's bits of chariot, got the yoke and all the crossbar, everything, the shields are there. There's the actual, if, oh, have I gone too far? No. Come round, come round, come round, where are ya? Where are ya? I'm looking for the chariot. Hang on. Oh, I might have raised that up too far. It's back here, so where's my... Right, let's see if I can see my pen. Well, that's annoying. Let's go back to the horses. Right. Come down a little. Oh, there's a chariot. It's there. Right. There's the actual carriages for the chariot. They're upside down. But I've done a light brown colour on there with a dark brown wash, and I'm going to highlight the washed sort of wood now just to pick out the highlights. So let's go back up, and there's just look, lots of shields, bits and pieces from the chariot. There's the oh, I almost say his name then. The wheels. Yeah, so generally, all that's going on its own. Keep going. Yeah, so that's me done. So the ones I'm going to concentrate, I'm going to do a bit of all these, as I've said. The ones I am going to concentrate on, just come around here, you know, mate. Now go down. I'm going to paint these two, the two Union soldiers, to completion, and then pull them all out again. Do a little bit on all of them, and then pick out two more, which will probably be the two Confederates, and get them finished to completion. And that tends to keep me going, keeps me keen. So yeah, so that's me done. All the best, and I'll speak to you later. Take care. Bye.